Well, good afternoon. We'll go ahead and get our today's program started. Welcome you to the Pasco Chamber November Luncheon. My name is Colin Hastings, Executive Director of the Pasco Chamber, and today's program features an update from Mark Holyfield, CEO of Lourdes. I want to thank Washington Trust Bank for sponsoring today's luncheon, but before we get into the program, I'd like to invite you to please stand up and join me with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please take a seat. I know it's just a week removed from the election, but we still have some electeds that I'd like to introduce that have joined us here today. From the city of West Richland, we have Council Member Dave Fetto. Dave, if you want to stand up, please welcome here to the Pasco Chamber. And of course, Franklin PUD Commissioner Stu Nelson. He's got a bright new hat today. Hey, Stu. And then I do want to acknowledge our board members for the Pasco Chamber and past presidents that have joined us here today. Of course, Nick Punch is this year's president, Tim Brigman with STCU, Robert Rojas with Pella Northwest Windows, Walter Timmons with Banner Bank, Billy Gunn with the Colville Tribes, Randy Hayden with the Port of Pasco, Norm Rummel with Franklin PUD, and Christina Vieira with Edward Jones. Thank you so much for your service and keeping, and Daryl Ebert as well too. I always catch somebody that I overlook. See, this is why you have to RSVP, Daryl. And then we have some past presidents as well that I'd like to acknowledge, Daryl being one of them, as well as Derek Brownson, which we're going to hear from a little bit later. Julie Killian and John Schultz. And I forgot Edison. Edison, you got to RSVP. All right, hey, thanks. We appreciate all your support. Please give them a hand of applause. Okay, so some updates here with the chamber I want to dive into. You probably have seen it scrolling across the PowerPoint that we have going on, but you'll see that there's Tri-Cities Union Gospel Mission has a list of needs, and so we're helping them out. We're asking the Pasco Chamber community to provide some items that you'll see listed. It's also on our website and as well as our weekly newsletters too, but we're collecting those donations through the end of the month, and I know we have various sites as well, drop sites. I think Red Lion is one of them, Pasco Chamber, Edward Jones as well too, and maybe Grocery Outlet. Kelly has all that information, so if you have, see, it's right there. Thank you, Derek. And then want everyone to mark your calendar for January 16th. It's the Ag Hall of Fame time again, so really signature event of the Pasco Chamber. Pasco Chamber is proud to be a part of that long-standing. I think this is going to be the 25th anniversary of the Ag Hall of Fame. The nominations have been submitted for this upcoming event, and the committee met last week and made their votes for the inductees. I'm not going to share them with you yet today. But we're in the process of notifying those inductees, but it'll be a really well-attended event. So if you have any interest in attending, we'll have the RSVP portal live probably here in the next 3 weeks or so. But there's still opportunities for sponsorship as well too. So if it's something that you're interested in, especially if you have ag adjacent business as well too, it's a great opportunity to get in front of the leaders of our ag economy here. And I think based on the inductees that are going to be coming in, it's going to be very, very well attended. So something to consider. Reach out to myself or Kelly. We can provide you some more info. Port of Pasco has been, since the inception of the Ag Hall of Fame, has been great partner with us and has always been the premier sponsor, and we're happy to have them on board again this year. And Randy has agreed, even though he'll be on the final stretch of his retirement run, agreed to be the MC again, so we're looking forward to that. And then the last update that I want to provide too is next month luncheon isn't quite a luncheon. If you recall, the last couple years, our December gathering is our nonprofit showcase. We'll be here again at the Red Lion. It's kind of a trade show. It's an opportunity for the Pasco Chamber community to mix in and introduce yourself and get to know some of the nonprofits and all the great work that they do. There's an opportunity for donations, but there's opportunity just to inquire a little bit more about maybe what their board needs or volunteer opportunities are. So we really like that event, hosting that event too. Amazon is a big sponsor for allowing us to do that. So keep that on your calendar. We'll be back on schedule. I think that's December 9th, which is the second Monday. Yep, it's December 9th. I just checked the calendar in my head and said, yep, you're right. So yeah, so looking forward to that as we go into the new year. Now I want to, we have a new member that we'd like to introduce here today. So I'm going to have Nick come up, and then Juan with Columbia Basin Health Association, if you want to come up here, and we'll introduce you as well as Columbia Basin Health. If you're not familiar yet, they're in the process of building a new building on Road 68. So if you're familiar where Take 5 is and the grocery outlet, across the street from there, you're starting to see the steel rise. And so it's a great, much needed facility. Happy to have you there. I think Megan's going to take your picture, but please welcome Columbia Basin Health Association to the Pasco Chamber. Thank you, Juan. All right, as we move along, Derek, you're up. So again, thank you to Washington Trust Bank for being our sponsor. Yep, I'll get your PowerPoint up. And Derek Brownson, please welcome Derek Brownson. Make it a little bit longer applause because apparently he needs it.
About 4 more minutes. I have to get my readers on so I can see something. It's fine. I'm Derek Brownson with Washington Trust Bank. I'd like to thank the Pasco Chamber of Commerce, the Board of Directors, and Colin Hastings allow Washington Trust Bank to give a brief history of our institution and sponsor today's luncheon. So there's a really nice slide. There it is. Washington, a little history about Washington Trust Bank. We're the oldest and largest privately held full-service commercial bank in the Northwest. We have 40 locations in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, and we're actually opening a new branch today. Just opened this morning, November 12th, in Vancouver. Our branch in Kennewick has been opened since August of 2000. We're a full-service branch with consumer, small business, mortgage, and commercial ag banking. Part of our team here today, I've got obviously Kathy Ruggles, the queen of banking in the Tri-Cities, Alexis, who helps out Kathy in the front, and then Denise and Sherry, who are part of the commercial team today. We were established in 1902 and have been building relationships with clients across the Northwest for over 120 years. Families doing business with us today can trace their relationship with the bank back multiple generations. I was actually on a trip this weekend, and it's amazing how often people talk about that they've banked with Washington Trust in different markets, and it's family, family, family all the way down. I guess I got the gun. Feeling good now? We're based out of Spokane, so if you go into Spokane, you probably see a couple buildings as you're driving into town. Obviously privately held to prioritize what's right for our clients and communities without pressure from external shareholders. It's been kind of nice as far as we don't have earnings calls. with the stock market. So if things need to be done or changed, we can do it fairly easily and quickly, and be responsive to what's needed out there and don't have to explain why we did it to shareholders. We focus on long-term goals, not quarterly results. Locally invested with emphasis on customers, employees in each community we serve, and tailored financial services, products to meet unique financial situation of individuals and businesses. And with that, I'd like to thank you for the time.
Derek, sometimes payback is a... All right, on to our, thank you again, Washington Trust Bank, for your sponsorship. We really do appreciate your longtime support of the Pasco Chamber and for being today's luncheon sponsor. But now it's my honor to introduce our keynote presentation. So Mark Holyoke began his healthcare career as a nurse, and he's passionate about supporting frontline caregivers. His track record in provider recruitment, patient satisfaction, and improving quality care serves Lourdes Health patients and the entire Pasco community. Mark has served in diverse leadership positions in North Carolina, Utah, and Nevada. Prior to his role at Wilson Medical Center, Mark served as CEO of Castleview Hospital in Price, Utah for 7 years and Chief Operating Officer for 2 years. He also previously served as Chief Nursing Clinical Officer for Ashley Medical Center in Vernal, Utah for 10 years. Please help me welcome Mark Holyoke. Right there, thank you.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you everyone for showing up even though you knew what was going to be on the program today. So really, I am excited to share with you some updates about Lourdes Health because we have just amazingly wonderful things going on, and love to share the story any chance I get. And so Columbia Basin Health, welcome to the chamber. And so we're great partners and look forward to that partnership continuing to grow. So before I get started, I wanted to introduce a few individuals real quick. And I'm going to start off with Julie Killian, if she'll stand. Everyone knows Julie, so she probably doesn't even need to stand. Julie is one of our board members and has served as the chair, the board chair of our hospital board for many years, and really appreciate her leadership and everything she does for the community. Thank you, Julie. And I've got a group of our leaders here as well, if you all please stand. And so we got Nelly Navarrete is our Senior Director of Behavioral Health. So Lourdes Behavioral Health, she runs the place. And so grateful for her leadership. Mary Ebers is our Director of Quality. Carrie Garcia is our Director of Case Management. So she pretty much touches every life that comes through our facility. They're the medical center, so thank you. Sam Brazington is our Market Director of Growth and Outreach. So you'll see her out in the community almost everywhere. Thank you, Sam. Tina Baumgardner is our Market Director of Communications and Marketing. And just an amazing individual and does so many wonderful things. With that introduction that Colin gave, you'd think that I run the hospital, but the next person I'm going to introduce really runs the hospital, Mary Cook, my executive assistant. And Mary has been with Lourdes for many, many years and is the glue that holds us all together. Thank you, Mary. Josh Harrison is our Director of Mission Integration. And so during my presentation, you'll note that, yes, Lourdes has been and continues to be a Catholic hospital. And Josh is very involved in the connection there as Catholic Identity Hospital. So grateful that he joined our team this year. And one other individual I'm going to ask to stand is dear to my heart, and that is my dear wife, Patrice. So... Patrice is the one that was okay with me moving clear across the country to come here to Lourdes, and Just an amazing support with everything that I'm involved in the community in this role. And I know y'all are already thinking, wow, he married like 5 steps up, not just 1 step up, but 5. So my dad taught me well, marry up, marry up. So, all right, let's talk about Lourdes. And so, yes, we are Lourdes Health, which is also in that umbrella is Lourdes Behavioral Health. We did a name change this year and rebranding from Lourdes Counseling Center to Lourdes Behavioral Health. So we'll give you some of those updates as well today. So who we are. I think everyone knows of the medical center down on 4th Avenue. And then Lourdes Behavioral Health and multiple clinics and other offerings throughout the community that we'll touch on as well. We've been in existence for quite some time. Look there, I believe Colin, the Chamber of Commerce, probably has an older birthday than we do, but not very many others do. So 108 years we celebrated this year of Lourdes Health. And so we were established in 1916 by the Sisters of St. Joseph Carondelet. If you'd ever like to hear that story, we have some individuals that can share that story of the sisters coming, originating in France and through Missouri and Idaho, and then here and building the hospital that we now occupy and continue to keep that mission alive in making communities healthier through the healing ministry of Jesus. And so we have been in the community for a long time and will be here for many, many more years. We are healthy and continue to grow and expand. 7 locations. We are, back original was a nonprofit organization. We are a for-profit organization. And just to give you a really quick little tutorial on what is the difference between for-profit and not-for-profit in the healthcare world. For-profit pays taxes. We all have a margin. And so we pay taxes and give back to the community to help hire police, law enforcement, fire, help put in traffic signals and a lot of those other things to help with the infrastructure of the community. So we're very proud to be paying taxes. Our health system employs nearly 780 employees, and we have over 100 physicians on our medical staff. Lourdes Behavioral Health. As I mentioned, we had a celebration on August 1st where we rebranded from Lourdes Counseling Center to Lourdes Behavioral Health. Lourdes Counseling Center to me was misleading. Yes, we do a lot of counseling, but we do that plus so much more. We have an inpatient hospital as part of Lourdes Behavioral Health, psychiatric hospital, and then do counseling and many other community infrastructure, helping out those dealing with mental illness. And so we celebrated 50 years this year on August 1st. Our executive team, Charlie Pierce, our CFO, Tony, and then Keena. Keena was planning on being here but had a conference out of town, and so she unfortunately was not able to make it. She has really probably one of the busiest jobs of our hospital because she is our chief nursing officer and all the clinical departments report to her. So very, very big role. So where we are, the hospital on 4th, Lourdes Behavioral Health in Richland. We've got a very large medical complex that's on Road 68. In fact, not too far from where the new structure with Columbia Basin Health is coming up. We have their primary care as well as multiple specialty care providers as well. And then we've got also the LifeQuest building right there next to the Napa at the Expo Center, as well as occupational med, pediatrics on Sandifer and Road 100, and multiple other locations throughout the community. We want to make sure that we are here for you where you need us and when you need us. You can see the map there. Why we do what we do. Our mission is making communities healthier. And how do we do that? By creating a place where people choose to come for health care. We know, even though we are the only hospital in Franklin County, everyone has a choice. There are multiple hospitals within an hour's drive. So just because we are the only hospital in Franklin County does not mean everyone just automatically comes to us. But we have earned the high volumes that we're seeing because we create a place where people choose to come for health care. We want to create a place where physicians and providers want to practice and a place where employees want to work. Our employee pool, our physician pool continues to grow because of the culture that we've developed, and that is that place where they want to practice and work. How do we do it? We do it through our core values. You note there our core values are listed: champion patient care. We have to provide quality and safe patient care. That is always important, without exception. Doing the right thing, embracing individuality of everyone that works for us, affiliated with us, and that we are able to take care of. And then acting with kindness, and then making a difference together. Those core values are important to everything that we do. So, wonder if we're the smallest hospital in Tri-Cities, but I can tell you we're the best. And you know, there are plenty of statistics that will really report how amazing we really are. And so we were just recently listed, you can see there in the U.S. News and World Report. We're proud to be one of the nation's best hospitals. And that report noted our excellence in hip fracture, pneumonia, and knee replacements. Just to share with you on knee replacements, we do more knee replacements than Cadillac and Trios combined. And so we're normally doing 40 to 45 total knee replacements a month. Month of October, we did 51. That just continues to grow because the word is out. And know we've got the best surgeons and the best team there to take care of you. If you're ever needing a knee or a hip replacement, spine surgery, just many, many things that we provide there at the hospital. And U.S. News and World Report is well aware as well. You can see there our team, some other things. We are a chest pain accredited facility, and that is important to us to make sure that if anyone has chest pain, they show up and we take care of them in a very timely fashion and appropriately to get them the care that they need, as well as heart failure. Quality care close to home. You can note some other notes there of things that we do to make sure that that quality is consistently delivered every day, every patient, every time. We are fully accredited by the Joint Commission, and that is not a simple thing that we just submit a check and get an accreditation certificate, but a very in-depth accreditation process. And we get reaccredited every 3 years and just completed that a month ago. Our lab is accredited through the Joint Commission. You notice many other things there. We are a certified stroke center. And come to Lourdes with any stroke symptoms, you will be treated and have a diagnosis, I can honestly say, faster than any other hospital in the entire region because of our team and what they do to make sure that that happens and then get you to where you need to be. Many other things there are noted. And Health Grades is also, which is another outside entity, along with the U.S. News and World Report. Health Grades goes through and rates hospitals throughout the country. And so we are a 5-star recipient for hip fracture, 5-star recipient for treatment of stroke. So it's not just that I'm saying we're the best. They've validated that. And recipient of the Health Grade's 2023 Patient Safety Excellence Award. We have also been awarded 2 years in a row for quality, being noted as one of the best hospitals in the state of Washington for quality through the Washington State Hospital Association. So a lot of amazing reasons why someone would choose to come to Lourdes, and that's important for us to continue to uphold this. So really, what is quality? To us, quality means every patient has a voice. It means every patient should have a positive experience. We do everything to make sure that that experience is positive. Healthcare is a stressful time. Even if someone's seeking out healthcare for something positive like having a baby, it's still a stressful time. So that patient experience very much determines the outcome that's going to occur. Patients and staff, we encourage every one of them to speak up. When we hear the voice of all of our patients, all of our staff, our physicians, our providers, we become even better. And then safety-sensitive best practices implemented throughout our organization, at the medical center, at the behavioral health hospital, and throughout all of our clinics. That consistency is very important. In sharing our success, we are rated on things through the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services. Many of you may have heard of them as, CMS. So CMS does a star rating every year. We are rated as a 4-star hospital on a scale of 1 to 5. And so we have already kicked off. We will be 5-star in 2025. So strive for 5 in 2025. We've done it before, years ago, and we will get there again. So definitely, when you think of where am I going to, even for lodging, you look for lodging. Well, you want to, 4 or 5-star. And so healthcare, it's important. And so we're very proud that we are a 4-star CMS hospital. And then also, we received congratulations nationwide for having zero harms. And so this is no infections and 0 harms for two quarters in a row just this year. And when someone comes into our organization, the last thing we want is for them to be harmed in some way or another. Maybe some of those harms could be wrong medication given, the wrong surgery given, someone falls, someone receives an infection. We want 0 of that, and we have succeeded at having the 0 harms. That's very unusual nationwide in the healthcare industry to have 0, but we strive for only the best. And so much of our team, we have many things in place to make sure that those harms are prevented. That if someone seeks out healthcare through Lourdes Health, they become healthier, not more sick. And we're very proud of that. And we've got Google 5-star ratings time and time again of the care that we provide. Another thing that's very important to us is not only access, to make sure that we are here for you when you need us and where you need us, but also to make sure that we have the right primary care and specialists for you to seek so you don't have to leave the community for health care. We've added some additional physicians and providers just the last 18 months while I've been here. Dr. Mon, cardiology, and he's covering both at Lourdes as well as Trios. Amazing cardiologist. Left the community for a little while, and we were able to get him back. And so very fortunate. He's my personal cardiologist. And that's something that I'll share with you about every one of our docs and advanced practice providers is the quality that we bring in is someone that I would go to or I'd send a loved family member to with 0 reservations. And that's exactly what we have. So I can proudly say I would go to any one of these, and I do go to them for my health care. Because if I can't trust who we have, how could I ask you to trust who we have? Dr. McManus, new general surgeon. Just to share a little fact about her, she was an Olympic wrestler, so don't get on her bad side. She could take me down. Pamela Morris joined us in occupational health. If any of you in your businesses need some occupational health support, we have that clinic there on Sandefern Road 100 that we can definitely take care of your needs with pre-employment, inter-employment issues. They do a fantastic job. Dr. Poole, another general surgeon that joined us just in the last year and a half. Carolyn O'Connor, also with ACMED. Lillian Pala is a nurse practitioner in our behavioral health and just moved here recently from Texas, and she is phenomenal. Catherine Spalmer in our GI clinic with Dr. Belcaster. And so Catherine has joined us and helped us to accommodate even more of the community needs there with colonoscopies. And if you meet the criteria and you have not had a colonoscopy, please do so. It can prevent you from getting colon cancer. Preventative medicine is so important. Say the same thing with mammographies. Please stay on top of those preventative measures so that we can quickly diagnose and get you the help that you need. And then Caitlin Unek is in our family medicine clinic, new to the group. They're on Road 68 at the clinic on 68. Amazing providers. Our services continue to grow. One thing that I'll say about the services that we provide is we will not be doing everything. You know, I don't think Lourdes will be doing brain surgery, nor are we going to do open heart surgery, but we continue to grow in services that we know that we can excel at. So if we can do it well, we're going to do it, but we're going to make sure we do it well. So areas that we continue to grow, and you'll notice there, this top is we are nationally recognized as a joint and spine center. Mentioned already, we do the highest number of total joint replacements and spine surgeries in the region. And we're successful with the robotic assisted surgery program. If you think of robotics in surgery, no, it's not like iRobot, that there's going to be a robot there doing your surgery, but it's robotically assisted. It is still the surgeon doing your surgery, but assisted by robotics. What that means to you or to a loved one is it'll be the best outcome for the patient because the incisions are more finite and exact. The recovery when you have a robotically assisted surgery is much quicker. So we do that in our general surgery. Many of those surgeries are done robotically assisted. We do this in our spine surgery, as well as now we have the newest and the best robotic assisted with a Mako in our total joints, both knees and hips. And so that's why our numbers continue to grow, is those outcomes of the patients receiving the care at Lourdes are so good that the word's getting out and sending their family, friends, and neighbors. Other areas that we continue to grow: behavioral health, cardiology, diagnostic imaging, our emergency room. We have a high volume of patients that we see in the ED because we are a trusted healthcare source, but we will see you quickly and make sure that we get you diagnosed and treated discharged home in a timely fashion, or admitted or transferred as quickly as possibly can. And we do that consistently, day in and day out. You notice all the other areas where we continue to grow and the specialties that we provide. If you ever have an idea, I love feedback from the community. So if you have ideas of some additional services that you think we may want to offer, please don't hesitate to share those with me. And we will definitely look into it and see if it makes sense for us to do, and if we can do it well, we'll go down that path. Because we love to grow and provide services throughout the community so that individuals do not have to travel for healthcare. I want to take just a moment and brag about our staff. Notice that we have almost 800 employees through Lourdes Health, and these individuals choose to work for us. It's an employee world out there. They could work anywhere, but they choose to come to Lourdes. And a lot of that is because of the mission. And many say, I feel this is a calling, something that I can truly make a difference in an individual's life. Those are the comments we receive as well during our, Google reviews, is I felt like I wasn't a number at Lourdes. I felt like I was really treated like an individual. The care was so personalized. That's what we have to offer. Not only the quality, but the compassion and the experience. With the dedicated staff mentioned, we do professional development to help them to grow in their careers and to be able to experience advancement with us. And so almost $200,000 just last year in professional development. And I think we've already surpassed that this year. Tuition reimbursement on top of that of another $61,000. And then we do celebrations of our staff. It's called a Daisy Award. If you or a family member, loved one have received care at Lourdes and there has been a nurse that has really stood out that you want to make sure that we recognize, there is an opportunity to nominate them for the Daisy Award. And we do these a couple times a year, and it's just an amazing event to be able to highlight them for going way over and beyond. See there, different photos of celebrations that we do throughout the year. And we continue to celebrate. Here you see many things that we had with the Lourdes Behavioral Health celebration, the 108th birthday of Lourdes Health. The mayor of Richland did a proclamation on August 1st when we rebranded from Lourdes Counseling Center to Lourdes Behavioral Health that August 1st from here on out in Richland will be known as Lourdes Behavioral Health Day. And so I appreciate the partnerships that we have with the communities where we exist and making sure that we are a strong component of each one of those communities. We do a Mercy Award winner once a year. And so Emily Dirks was recognized as our Mercy Award winner. Emily is our manager of rehab services and therapy services at many locations where we serve. And many of you may recognize her face because she is involved in every aspect of the community. Provides many volunteer hours at different organizations, highly involved in making our community healthier. It's not just what we do within the walls of Lourdes, but everywhere we are, with every one of us, is making the community healthier. I want to now just have you refer to some handouts that are on your tables. There's a couple of them. One is Lourdes Health Overall, Community Benefit Report, and then also the Community Benefit for Lourdes Behavioral Health. And you'll note there, show you these really quick here. This one's the one for Lourdes Health Overall. 2023, there will be a new one coming out January for 2024, so you can see what we've done this year as well. And then the Lourdes Behavioral Health of 50 Years of Impact. On the back page of the Lourdes Health one, just want to highlight a number that pops out at you. Our economic impact is over $27 million just in 1 year of what we give back to the community. And so hopefully a lot of the detail and the statistics on those two handouts will be beneficial to you. We can get you more if you want to share with employees, but please feel freely share those throughout your organizations, because we want to make sure that we are your partner. And again, always looking for feedback on how we can become even better. That's what I love to do. Love to be involved in a community where we can make an impact and make the community even healthier. Some of the things with Lourdes Behavioral Health that are there on that handout, but you can see the number of lives that we are touching and impacting, many of them at times of crisis. We're the only inpatient psychiatric hospital in the region, and that volume continues to grow. And then, as I mentioned, all of the outpatient services that we provide as well. We have a team that goes out into the community to provide care wherever that individual is. This is even helping with the homeless situation, with the drug and alcohol, the substance use disorder, to help those individuals to become healthier. Something I want to mention really quick is the Recovery Center. We are 100% supportive of that Recovery Center. And it'll be exciting when the doors open up and we're able to have an inpatient substance use disorder entity in the region, so individuals don't have to travel hours out of our community to receive that care. We provide that care on a short-term basis as well as on the outpatient basis, but it is definitely needed to have an inpatient substance use disorder entity with the Recovery Center. So yes, very, very supportive and doing everything we can to make that a reality. Sponsorships and donations, we're involved in many of the nonprofit entities, partnering with them. We just provided a large check there with the Grace Clinic. We are actively involved in Second Harvest and other entities, so I'm excited for the luncheon in December when we can really see that celebration of the many nonprofit entities in our community. We are financially strong. We're not for sale, nor are we bankrupt. Very strong, and I share that with you just so you know we're here long into the future. And so more and more of the reason why we want to partner with you to make sure we're meeting your needs. We are committed to the highest standards of legal and regulatory compliance. That's part of one of our values of doing the right thing, always. Not just when someone's watching, but always doing the right thing. Healthcare is one of the highest regulated entities in the country. And so it's important for us to always do the right thing. All right. With that, thank you again for this opportunity. I love Lourdes Health and love to talk about it. So appreciate the great support that we receive from every one of you in the community. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mark, and thanks for all the great questions, too. Great engagement. So I want to thank Red Line for the great service today. I want to thank John back there for filming our Pasco Chamber luncheons and rebroadcasting them on the cable channel 191 and also on their YouTube page. We have a door prize. Thanks again, Washington Trust Bank, for sponsoring November's luncheon. And the winner today is... it's a competitor. Julie Killian, the nice door prize. She is on the board at Lourdes, so okay, we'll let that pass this time. All right, well, thank you so much for attending today. We'll see you next month at the Nonprofit Showcase.